From the beginning, from the beginning, the devil was trying to distract us from God's way, from God's creation. You feel me? Because from in the Garden of Eden, he came to distract us. Because you see all of these things like Illuminati and all of them things like that. All of that is just distraction, you know. All these things you don't be seeing on the internet and all of this thing about Illuminati and this, the Illuminati. All of that is distraction, you know. Because from the beginning, the devil tried or trying to distract us from God's way, you know, from God's creation, you know, because from in the Garden of Eden, he came unto to Eve, and then Eve came unto man and tell man this and tell man that. So from back then, from in the Garden of Eden, the devil was trying to distract us. You feel me? So it's just out here, and you have to check it. Adam and Eve was like basically in heaven, you know. They was more or less in heaven in the Garden of Eden, you know. Like, you know, and then the devil was there also. Because you got to remember the devil got kicked out of Zion of heaven or whatever. You feel me? But he's still an angel, you know. You feel me? The devil is an angel, you know. So in the Garden of Eden, it was easy for him to come and introduce himself in this righteous place, you know, and deceive, distract man from God's way. So now God kick God kicked Adam and Eve out of the garden. You feel me? So when you got to look at it like this, you know, when God kicked Adam and Eve out of the Garden of Eden, he kicked us out also, you know. You feel me? He kicked I and I, you know, he kicked we out. He kicked we out. We also out of the Garden of Eden. You feel me? So when God kicked Adam and Eve out, we was out. We got kicked out too. You feel me? So now that we get kicked out of the Garden of Eden, it more easier because in the Garden of Eden, the devil tried to distract us, got us distracted, that God kicked us out of the Garden of Eden. So don't you think if he kick us out now and the devil playground, because out of the Garden of Eden, that's the devil playground, you know. You feel me? That's where the devil more or less rules, you know. You feel me? So he kick us out of the Garden of Eden. So we more subjected to distractions, temptations, because we on the devil play field now. We ain't in the Garden of Eden no more. We on the devil playground. You feel me? So all these things out here is just distractions, Illuminati. Not saying these things ain't real, you know. But all of them is the same thing, like how the devil distracted Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden, is the same thing going on today. Everything out here is distraction from God's way, from God's creation. And if you look at it, when a wicked person, if a wicked person fighting against you, he fights against your meditation, you know. The wicked don't have to necessarily touch you, touch you physically, you know. They'll touch you mentally because they'll try to distract your meditation, because a God-fearing man or a righteous man, that person always in a meditation, you know. Once you have God, once you have God, you always in a meditation, you know. Your mind always walking, you know. And the wicked know that. The wicked know your mind always walking. So how can you stop a man or get to a man who mind always walking? By distractions. So the wicked always trying to fight against the meditation of God's people. So you can't let yourself get subjected to these distractions out here of the devil. You feel me? Because whoever is against righteousness, you feel me, or goodness, is against the meditation. You feel me? And the meditation is to do God's work, you know. To do God's will, you know. Just like Adam and Eve was doing in the Bible. But the devil came to distract that. And God kicked them out. So we out here now with the devil, with evil. We in the wall now with evil because we ain't in the Garden of Eden no more. We got kicked out. Because Adam and Eve got kicked out. So we got kicked out of the garden also. So we more subjected now to temptation, to distraction. You feel me? And that's what it's all about out here, you know. Distraction, you know. So regardless of what evil it have out here, regardless of what wickedness it have out here, they have no power over us unless we give in to the distraction, you know. Because if these things supposed to kill you, they gonna kill you. If they ain't supposed to do nothing to you, if wickedness supposed to kill you, it gonna kill you. If it's not supposed to do nothing to you, it will never do nothing to you. I don't care how wicked you is. I don't care how wicked you is. The wickedness can never harm you unless it's supposed to happen, unless God allow it. So why fair? People need to realize these things, you know. Whatever happened to you in life, it was supposed to happen to you. It's not a matter of, oh, I did this, so wicked capture me now. Or I did this. Whatever happened to you, it happened to you for a reason, and it happened because God allowed it. It's not because of this wicked person hate you and because this bad person hate you. It happened for a reason and because God allowed it. Like I be telling people, all this Illuminati thing. Who's scared of that shit? If you gonna die, you gonna die. So I supposed to roll up in a ball because it have evil out here. These things is distraction. The devil, people, you got to look at it this way. It's basically the devil and God at war, you know. Forget about us. Forget about us for a while. Is the devil and God, just picture two men just don't like each other. And one man like make a vow, I'm gonna fight against you, God. And whatever you trying to do, whatever plan you got to do, I'm gonna always fight against you because I don't like you. And that's what basically going on between God and the devil. So when God created man, to do this and to do that, the devil, he don't make a vow, I'm gonna fight against God. So that's what he did from in the Garden of Eden. He started to fight against God creation. You feel me? God works. In being like God kicked us out, the devil continuing to fight against God works. You feel me? He don't like God works. He don't like God works. So he gonna continue to distract us from God works. Through all these Illuminati, through all these whatever aliens, through all this Bigfoot, whatever ancient aliens and all of this people be talking about on TV and all that is distraction. All that is the devil distracting us from God works. You feel me? The devil and evil is just distraction. Distraction from God works. Once you are not on the path of God, you're distracted because there's only one way we have to live. There's only one way we got to go. There's only one tunnel we got to go through. Anything else is distraction, and that's how the devil capture you and capture your soul through distraction. Like in the Garden of Eden, he distracted Adam and Eve from God's will, from what God wanted them to do.